Ciao and welcome back to our Italian video series. As you know, sono Benedetta. Ciao Arianna, what a nice delicate scarf.
Grazie! Sta bene con la maglia gialla, vero? Today I thought we could talk about noun and adjective agreement in Italian, which is an especially challenging topic for English native speakers, as English does not require noun and adjective agreement.
That sounds interesting.
So the main thing is that the adjective needs to agree with the noun in terms of gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural. Benedetta said, "What a nice delicate scarf," which would translate as "Che bella sciarpa delicata." So bella and delicata, our adjectives, agree with the noun sciarpa, scarf, both in gender and in number, as all three words end in A. Same goes for my reply. Sta bene con la maglia gialla. It goes well with the yellow jumper, where the adjective gialla agrees with maglia.
So far, so good.
Yes. But let's see a few examples where things get a bit more interesting. Benedetta, è buona la mela verde?
Sì, è buona. But why didn't you say la mela verda? The adjective should end in A as the noun, right?
That's because the adjective verde, green, is invariable and always ends with the letter E, pronounced E, regardless of whether it refers to a masculine or a feminine noun.
And if I wanted to say 2 green apples?
You would say due mele verdi. Verde is invariable in the plural form as well and always ends with the letter I, pronounced E.
So, if I wanted to say the green jumpers, I'd say I maglioni verdi, correct?
Correct, Benedetta. Maglione, plural maglioni, is another word for jumper, and it is masculine, whilst maglia, the word that we used earlier, is feminine.
And what about if I wanted to say this scarf and jumper are really nice? Sciarpa and maglione have a different gender, right? So which one should the adjective agree with?
When there are 2 or more nouns of a different gender, the adjective needs to be in the masculine plural. No matter how many feminine nouns there are, it only takes one masculine noun for the adjective to need the masculine form. A bit sexist, you might argue, but that's the convention. So the sentence you mentioned would translate as questa sciarpa e questo maglione sono molto belli.
Right, I see.
There's one more exception I'd like to tell you about. If I wanted to say Benedetta has brown eyes and ash blonde hair, I'd say Benedetta ha gli occhi marroni e I capelli biondo cenere. Here, biondo doesn't agree with capelli because it is a color specified by a noun, cenere, and it conventionally remains singular even when referring to a plural noun. Same goes for expressions like bianco latte, as white as milk, milky white, azzurro cielo, sky blue, giallo oro, golden yellow.
So, in a nutshell, the adjective needs to have the same gender and number of the noun, with the exception we just seen. But how do you know if something is feminine or masculine? I mean, why is a carrot una carota and a cucumber un cetriolo? They're both vegetables, not to mention maglia and maglione. They even mean the same thing.
I know, you're perfectly right. It is all completely arbitrary. So I'm afraid the only way to go is to practice as much as possible, reading a lot and listening to spoken Italian. Same goes for all the exceptions to the rules. You can of course learn a few by heart, but actually only with practice they will sink in.
D'accordo. Adesso ho capito. Grazie per questa spiegazione così chiara, Arianna, e alla prossima volta!
Prego e arrivederci!
Arrivederci!